Welcome to the Bay Area, a beautiful place to live. You have the city of San Francisco with beautiful sights to see, such as the Golden Gate Bridge. The Bay also has the influential and diverse city of Oakland, where you can always find something to do, like Jack London Square, where there is great food all around. You ever wonder how much it would cost to live in such a beautiful place like the Bay Area? Well, average rent around the Bay could cost you about $2,500 for a studio apartment. That's a pretty hefty price, isn't it? How could locals even afford to live there, you would ask? Well, they can't. And you know why? Because their communities are being gentrified, with houses turning from this to this. While this clean-cut building may look more enticing, it comes with the price to the people wanting to buy it and to the people that live around the community. That price is called gentrification. What is gentrification? Well, I'll let my friend Lawrence Fishburne tell you that.
Why don't y'all take a look at that sign up there? See what it says? Cash for your home. You know what that is?
It's billboard.
What are y'all, Amos and Andy? Are you stepping and he's fetching? I'm talking about the message, what it stands for. It's called gentrification. It's what happens when the property value of a certain area is brought down. Huh? You listening?
Yeah.
They bring the property value down. They can buy the land at a lower price. Then they move all the people out, raise the property value, and sell it at a profit.
Because of gentrification, the prices of land are going up, and so is the rent. With such high prices in rent, locals can't afford to live in their communities, so they have to move, leaving an area that they have probably lived their entire lives. One city in the Bay where change in rent has changed dramatically is San Francisco. According to UrbanDisplacement.org, some parts within San Francisco have had the percent change in rent around 20 to 30, with the highest being 200%. In correlation with this, the percent of people with low income migrating has increased with the low of 1% up to about 25% in certain parts. Another city in the Bay where this happens often is Oakland. Oakland's change in rent has rapidly increased, with one area being as high as 115% change. Much like San Francisco, the percentage of people with low income migrating has increased from about 3% up to 30% in certain areas. With this continuous exodus of locals, wealthy individuals move in, and they do not understand the local culture, which leads to them degrading and even destroying it. How can we fix this issue so families don't have to leave their homes or communities that they have lived in for years? The first step we can take in the fight against gentrification is to educate ourselves. It's hard to fight for change when we don't understand what's going on in the first place. Taking the time to read articles or just simply walking around your community and seeing how the culture you grew up in has slowly faded away should be enough for one to wonder. Step 2 is to use your voice. Talking to people such as the neighbors within your community and educating them on what gentrification is can help you get one step closer to lessening its effects on the present and the future. Step 3 calls for you to invest in your community. A lot of small businesses are closing down due to not gaining enough revenue to sustain themselves and landlords increasing their rent. Instead of going to big brand name stores or restaurants, try checking out your local stores and shops. You may not only be surprised by what you find, it will also help keep your community affordable. Step 4 is voting. You can't complain about what's going on in your community and not go out and vote to change it. Despite California being a liberal state and some people having a negative mindset towards voting, you never know how important your vote can be. You can also call or contact your local representative and encourage them to pass legislation that states that landlords cannot raise a tenant's rent or even ask them to make a maximum on rent prices. In doing these 4 steps, we must understand that change takes time. Nothing can be done overnight to stop gentrification. Continuous fighting for affordable housing is not just important for us, but also future generations. Depending upon who you are talking to, there may be more pros or more cons to the effects of gentrification. Despite all the negative ways gentrification affects our communities, don't let this stop you from enjoying all that the Bay Area has to offer.
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.